everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 50 of Direwolf20's Let's Play Satisfactory series, where I've got great news, which leads to a change of plans from what I was going to do last episode. So last episode we kind of played on our nuclear area, and we're getting ready to do a whole bunch of stuff. And then overnight, Modular Powersuit Modules was released. So real quick, I want to spend a minute talking about Modular Powersuit Modules, and the mods, plural, that you're going to want to get if you want to play with this. So basically it comes down to this. The base mod that you need is Powersuits, and that doesn't add a lot. All it gives you is a suit, an item that you can equip that can accept modules. And in your milestone tiers here, you'll notice that there's a tier 2 Powersuit module, which gives you access to a little tutorial thingy here. It gives you access to the Biosuit, which is a very basic form of modular Powersuit. It gives you access to the Fabrication Station, which is a workshop where you can craft Powersuit components and modules. And then it also gives you a few extra inventory slots, which is nice, because if you think about it, like, here's a mod that's adding items you're going to have to carry around. Convenient that it also adds some extra inventory slots for you. So I like that. And then in Tier 6, you get access to Powersuit Mark 1 and Powersuit Mark 2, which are better versions of the modules. It gives you more slots, so that you can have more modules. You'll notice that there's definitely some resources that are required here that I might need to turn back on, because a lot of these resources I've stopped producing. And then finally, in Tier 7, you get access to the Mark 3 Powersuit. So for giggles, we'll figure it out, but I'm not sure exactly what we'll do. I'll somehow, some way figure out how I'm going to unlock all this stuff. Might just have to go, like, re-enable adaptive control units or something along those lines. We'll see. We'll see. Now, that gives you Powersuits that you can equip. It doesn't give you any modules, so they really don't do anything until you get the modules mod. Now, there's a base mod called Powersuit Modules, and then there's about 5 or 6 other mods which are different components of the Powersuits modules that do different things. And those are all unlocked in the MAM. So in the MAM, we'll see that there is a whole new section here for suit crafting components, which I'm pretty sure this is what you get for the base Powersuit Modules mod. And then there's Pioneer Protection, which is a way to protect you, the player. So this includes things like the gas mask and the hazmat suit. So you can have a hazmat module that goes into your power suit that protects you from radiation. And then you can also equip a gas mask module that will protect you from gas. And you can have both of those in your power suit at the same time, so you're protected from both. There's also some armor modules in here. There's some shield modules, which are pretty cool. There's some regeneration modules. And then there's a fall dampening module. Pretty neat. And the shield modules also, by the way, protect you from fall damage. So all physical and fall damage from shield modules. So that's pretty cool. There's a whole flight module section, which gives you basically flight. So it integrates a jetpack. So there's a hover jetpack. There's an integrated jetpack module. And then there's the work in progress integrated hover pack. So I'm not sure how work in progress it is. It just says still getting the behavior working right. Does not fully connect to power grids. So it's a few bugs. Since it can't connect to power grids yet, it always runs on suit power. Double tap crouch to stop flying does not work. So a couple little bugs in the work in progress integrated hover pack. But there's some other cool things. What's neat is there's an integrated jetpack module and a hover jetpack module. So you can use fuel power to hover, which is basically the benefit of the hover pack. So we might be able to use jetpacks to still have creative-ish mode flight. There's a whole mobility section, which adds some neat stuff. So integrated blade runners, for example, is a very obvious one that you would have. But there's some better tiered versions of that. Things that make you run faster. And some modules are upgrades to others, which can stack. So you can have multiple. For example, this exoskeleton module increases your sprinting and walking speed, and you can have multiple of those in your suit to increase it even further. Some modules it will say, installing more than one module has no effect, so it says that right there. Other modules you can install multiples of. And power suits run on, surprisingly enough, power. So for that to work, you're going to have some kind of power generation stuff. So the basic tier is biofuel, right? Bioburner burns biomass to generate power. But then you can get fuel burning generator, right, which looks pretty cool. A miniature nuclear reactor module, that's pretty neat. You can also drain energy off the zap power lines, so like when you're gliding along power lines, and then also from hypertubes. And then there's like a whole little section over here with some other modules for generating power. So that looks neat. And then there's a modifier that uses slugs that looks like it reduces power capacity but increases power generation. Because, as we'll see once we create our first power suit, essentially there's a battery inside the power suits, and it stores energy, and then there's a generator that generates energy. So as you're using the power suit, you can use it a little bit more than the power generation until you run out of that internal capacitor. Think a lot like Factorio, if you've ever played Factorio. This mod's obviously very based on that. There's some special purpose modules. So in here, there's a couple cool things, like there's built-in crafting benches, so you can craft on the go. There's night vision goggles, which we're not going to need because we don't have night. Smart belt immunity modules prevents you from being moved by belts. That's kind of neat. A mobile MAM. There's also a remote access module that lets you access buildings from any distance. That's kind of neat. And there's also a spatial tear generator module, which I'm super hyped about because I think it lets you teleport back to your hub at any time. I think one mode is that it'll teleport you back to the hub if you take critical health damage. So instead of you dying, you'll be teleported back to your hub. Then there's also a way to activate that from your inventory, which will just teleport you back to the hub, which I'm actually pretty excited about because being able to teleport home when you're out and about exploring is one of Dyer's favorite things to be able to do. Because me personally, I hate having to walk back to my base after I've been out exploring. It makes me a lot more comfortable to be able to go out explore and just be like, all right, I'm done exploring. I want to go home now. Boop, I'm home. Teleport. Sounds awesome. And then a few suit regulation modules. So these things I think mostly modify power. So it increases your power capacity or your fuel capacity. A couple other things that you can use to modify how the suit functions, which we'll probably get into as we start playing with this. So each of these are different mods. Now what's nice is the mod maker has created another mod called Mod Pack All Powersuit Modules, which basically is just a dependency list in the mod program. So if you grab Mod Pack All Powersuit Modules, it will pull everything down that you need. The Powersuit, the base Powersuit Modules mod, and all these module mods that are all separate. So if you want to pick and choose which ones you have installed in your instance, you can do that. If you want to get everything and just have all the fun toys, just grab the mod that's named Mod Pack All Powersuit Modules, and it'll pull down about 10 mods combined for you, and that's pretty cool. So I think step one, let's check out Powersuits today. And maybe over the next couple days. Does that sound like fun? I hope so, because that's what we're doing. So I don't think that we have to do these in order, but also it doesn't hurt. So let me go grab 500 screws real quick to make the first biofuel module. So you might install this, as you're starting out your world, and then when you're at tier 2, you have like a pretty early access to a biofuel module, which is neat. So there should be 500-ish here. That looks good. And this will unlock the first thing for us, right? That's pretty awesome. And from what I remember, because I played with this mod a little bit back in Update 3, the Biofuel Module Power Suit is actually pretty good. So let's go ahead and select that milestone. And also what's especially useful about this is that it'll give us the 5 extra inventory slots. Cool. Sweet. Oh, that is a lot of words all at once. That is a lot of words all at once that I can't read. But I think if I open up my email inbox. Oh, cool. It's not playing the audio, but that's okay. Sweet. Hey, here we go. Powersuit. This might be the thing that came up first. All right, I'm going to read this real quick. off camera. I'm not going to read this all to you. Oh, hey, look at this. There's a whole Powersuit module thing. Open UI, and you can change some keybinds here. That's cool. So our new thing to make here is the fabrication station. It needs, believe it or not, more screws. So that's exciting. Can't wait. We'll make this real quick, just to kind of see what that's about. And I suspect we're going to need to get into MAM pretty quickly. So my plan will be this. I will start with a biofuel suit just to see the basics and what the base power suit you get with biofuel is at tier 2, and then rapidly get into tier Mark 1 and Mark 2 power suits just to make things even cooler. So let's go ahead and plop down this fabrication station right next to our equipment workstation. Does that sound good? Now, you, sir, your only purpose is to connect these two things, right? So let's connect them like this, and then I can make a fabrication station right here in line with this dude. Why are you not snapping the same way? Oh well, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Hey, this is a fabrication station. That's neat. It's a little bit different than this one, right? It is actually a little bit different. Nice. All right. So if I showed everything, the biofuel suit itself, I just need some more of these and some blade runners. So let's get ourselves another set of blade runners. And then I just need a little bit more quick wire, which I could use anyway, because I am absolutely low on. And why do I have 3 random of these? Let's clear that out. I'm trying to keep my inventory clear because, you know, inventory is always a problem for us. So our quick wire should be right about there-ish. And while I'm over here, I might grab a few other resources, just to make sure I've got what I need. So if I want a Mark 1 power suit, we're going to need actually a hefty amount of motors and a few other things. So while I'm over here, how about we get those? Wow, 10 stacks of motors. That is a lot. That is a lot of motors. All right, we'll figure it all out. I'm just going to go get these ready to hand in. All right, let's make the biofuel suit. Sound cool? Oh, yes. Oh yes, Biofuel Suit. The very first of the modular power suits. Very excited to show you guys this mod, because I really enjoyed playing with it last time I played through. So now I can equip this guy, and we'll notice some things on the bottom left. Look at that. There's a whole thing going on down there. Clap, clap. Okay. So check that out, Powersuit Inventory Node. In the Stats tab, you can view your suit statistics at a glance, as well as in detail via the internal property names, which is helpful for debugging. So we can see no supported modules are installed. I think I hit the Alt or right Alt key, something like that. One of these to open it up. Wasn't that it? Configs, stats. So we can see my current health. We can see my current shielding in my suit, which is this line here, which there is none because I haven't installed a suit shield module yet. We can also see the amount of power that's stored in the suit and the fuel that's in there. So this is a biofuel suit, so by default it uses biofuel to power itself. And I had some biofuel that was left over, but I might, yeah, see. So remember I had 59? I think I used one of them to fill up the suit, and then that fuel is converted into energy. Cool. Neat. That's cool. All right. Not bad at all. That is super cool. And look at all this protection stuff. Fall damage resistance, gas resistance, physical, heat, radiation resistance. That is cool. Look, how cool is this? Already it's super cool. Already it's super cool. Right Alt by default. I might need to have the UI closed. There we go. This is the Powersuit interface. So hitting right Alt by itself will open up the interface. Cool. And that's where you can install your modules. And it's a very small number that you can install initially, right? Look, there's a few other metrics here. That's cool. Nice. We're going to absolutely have to get some modules. And look, you can even see on the bottom, like if you're sprinting, what your current movement speed is. That's cool. Look at that. That is awesome. That is really neat. Your vertical movement speed, I guess. That's cool. Falling, power sliding. It even tells you if you're sprinting or walking. That is awesome. Look how cool that is. It's so cool. Isn't it cool? Sorry. I'm a nerd. You should know that by now. All right. So I think before we can get into anything, we need some module-based components. And then few further ones need to research the parent node to make. Okay, cool. And then if we want mobility, we could make this guy. So if we had a set of Blade Runners, we could unlock it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he needs the base module guy. But let's make another set of Blade Runners so we can see what's involved in making the integrated Blade Runners so that we can use them. Right? So mobility, Blade Runners, start research. It'll only take 10 seconds. I think most of these are pretty quick research, but there's absolutely a few things that we're going to have to get some more module component for, right? So we need to unlock we have to start crafting a few things again that we stopped crafting a while back. Cool. Hooray! Integrated Blade Runners, research complete. So now that should show up over here. So they need Blade Runners, and they also need some module-based component. So definitely need another set of Blade Runners right now, because we know we're going to need that for the integrated Blade Runners. Okay, and then let's get our base crafting component here ready. So we're going to need probably a hefty amount of smart plating, and if I remember correctly, there's a few other things we're going to need at some point to get into stuff. Oh, there's some SAM ore. Oh, yeah, I should note that there's a few components that you're going to need that aren't part of the base game. So specifically, you need some SAM ore. Specifically, you need some summer sloops and maybe a couple other things. So if you have not been collecting those around the world, now would be a good time if you're going to get into this mod. Deal? Deal. All right, let me get the components that I'm going to need here. I don't even remember where I was crafting these things, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think it was over here. Was this where? Yes, and we've got a couple good stacks of smart plating, so I'm happy about that. So I know we're going to need that and a few other of the advanced materials, especially for the more advanced Powersuit unlocks, but we'll deal with that in a bit. All right, so this research, I believe, gives you an inefficient module-based component. This is meant to be crafted with iron tier components, or we can unlock steel for a cheaper. So let's start with this, and then we'll see what the next things look like. So here is the next node. So that'll give me this recipe, which is pretty hefty if you look at it. That's a not cheap recipe. It actually uses slug thingies, overclockers, to craft the basic thing. So that is shenanigans. This module-based component now, I think, will be an alternate recipe, right? The standard method of producing requires 1 power shard to craft instead of 2, significantly cheaper than the iron recipe, but requires more advanced tech. So let's kick off that research. So that's cool. And then I think there's this guy, which is a fun one. Pay to win module base. Can be crafted extremely inefficiently with 0 to 2 tier, much more from the tier 3, as well as a number of alternate recipes. Cool. Okay. We'll look at that one as well. Why are you being weird, UI? Strange alien module base. Aha. So this one is an alternate recipe for the module base. And then there's a Slumber Sloop way, and then there's this way, which is cool. Radio-controlled module base. Oh, we should definitely unlock this one. Mostly because I have the research components for it already. So if we want to use Strange Alien Metal, aka SAM ore, we could go that route. If we wanted to use Summer Sloops, it looks like we could go that route as well. What would be involved in unlocking you? What's interesting is I have to close and reopen the MAM every time I complete that. But you're going to need some versatile frameworks to unlock. Let me go get those. Well, let's look at what I think I want to unlock them all just so I know what the actual crafting components are, and then we'll go from there. So let me go get some versatile frameworks and a couple of the other more advanced unlocks that I haven't been crafting. And now's probably also a really good time to consider turning them on again so that they craft once more. Because somewhere we have one of these dudes. This one, versatile frameworks. Yeah. See, you should probably go back online and start crafting again. Now, I don't know how many of these we're going to need, right? So we'll make sure that we've got, very few inventory slots available for you. Maybe that's enough? Anybody remember how many actual versatile frameworks I needed to unlock that thing? Yeah, it was only 4. Oh, good. So I have some SAM ore sitting in my base, because I know I think I've collected a little bit of that. If not, then it's all good. Now what were you making? Automated wiring? Yeah, let's turn you back on as well. So I remembered automated wiring being a component that we might need. Right? Let's do like 2 stacks of automated wiring. Keep in stock there. You are modular engines. You need some smart plating. So I'll give you a stack of 50. And then I can control, right? We'll get 25 modular engines, and that'll let me control that. Everything else is automated there. That's exciting. Cool. Actually, we've got some automated wiring, so that's neat. But I'll let that continue to be a thing. And I think I'm going to turn on the smart plating crafter as well, just to get her going. Cool. So that would be you, sir. Let's go ahead and let you run again. Actually, these are modular frames. Oh, right. I replaced my whole crafting mechanic with modular frames. Right. I forgot that I did that. I did forget that I did that, didn't I? I did forget that I did that, didn't I? Talk to me. We're going to need some of you and some of you to make smart platings, right? These are the 2 things that make smart platings. Yeah. Where should I set that up? I'm gonna fly for a minute. No more modular power suit for a sec, because I need to think that out for just a moment. And that obviously is going to impact my usage of these. But if I set it up right, I think I should be fine-ish. What I'll probably do is not feed them into one of these guys at all. What I'll do is just have the assembler sitting there and fill up itself. And then if it turns out that we need like 200 at some point, then we'll deal with that. Is that fair? I think that's fair. So let's make another quickie assembler. Would that be terrible? Just a little quickie assembler. Sneak it in somewhere, right? And then I'll do... you're not ideal. I just want a little quick assembler here. Nothing too crazy. It is so dire wire. It is so dire wire. It's the best. It's the best. It's absolutely a mess. It is absolutely a gigantic mess. And then reinforced iron plates. This is a splitter, right? So what I could do is just boop directly into there. And that should be cool. And that'll give me the occasional... This is going to be very slow, right? I am not producing this in any kind of an intelligible, fast way. But it's enough to what should hopefully be not much that I need, would be my goal here, right? My goal is that I don't need a whole ton of this stuff. And that should be cool. All right, nice. All right, so with that said, let's go back over here. I'm going to re-equip my power suit. It's rebooting. Look at that. Haha, that's cool. When power exhausted, it reboots. Nice. Now, I think it's using up some fuel here. See, look, the max power stored is increasing. It actually might be packaged liquid biofuel, solid biofuel, biomass, wood, and leaves. That's the order of operations for things that it'll consume. Neat. I thought there is a fuel metric there. I'll have to figure out how that works. I think once we install something, it'll be better. So these are your different module components. Do I have SAM ore over here? Because there is a SAM node somewhere. We do have a bit of SAM ore. I'm going to go ahead and use that to unlock the SAM ore research. That shouldn't be a big deal. And I might snag a ticket real quick. Just so I can unlock that guy as well. So an awesome sink is where I would have to... Can you print tickets without power? Nope. Print coupons, please. 108 tickets. Booyah. Alright. Just so I know how this works, right? So I'm going to research this guy as well. Oh, we need more Caternium wire. Alright. Alternate pay-to-win module base. I love that name. The pay-to-win module base. That's cool. So all the other stuff in here are going to be components that are used to make modules. Alright, so now let's go over here and see what the different module-based recipes are. So the inefficient version requires smart plating and 2 power shards. The normal one requires 1 power shard, some steel, some smart plating, and some heavy modular frames. The radio-controlled is heavy modular frames, supercomputers, AI limiters, and radio control units. So that's nice in that it doesn't require slugs, because slugs are non-renewable resources, right? The strange alien metal one requires some versatile framework, and it requires some SAM ore. So that's also relatively renewable resources. I don't have SAM ore set up and running, obviously, but I could if I wanted to. I think there's at least one strange alien metal node in the world. So if I wanted to set that up, I absolutely could. But I really like the radio-controlled version. And then the alternate pay-to-win version is just 500 quick wire, a single fix-it coupon, and 3... That's kind of nice. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool, though. Yeah, that's neat. It's a lot of Caternium wire, though, right? This one, I think, is kind of my favorite recipe. Like, yeah, it requires a radio control unit, but we already have those automated. Requires some AI limiters. We have those automated. Like, all this stuff is automated. So that's cool. So let's get a couple of these at this recipe. Oh, wow, you get 3 per craft? That's cool. That's actually cool. This one also gives you 3 per craft. This one and this one only give you 1 per craft. So that's actually awesome. These two give you 3 per craft, which is cool. All right, so that means I should be able to make integrated blade runners now. And then I can equip them by opening up my alternate inventory, hitting tab. Look at that. And then dragging this dude into here. And you'll notice it has a little Powersuit helmet icon on the bottom. That's how you know it's a module. Cool. All right, so it's in there. Neat. Now, if we open up our inventory, we can also see the modules tab. No supported modules installed. All right, that's fine. Stats. Cool. So if I start running now, look, 13.5. So obviously a faster run speed. That's neat. Now what I might want to do is remove some of this biofuel for a minute. And do I have any other fuel sources in my inventory, like wood or anything? I don't think so. So at some point I should run out of energy. I thought there was something that showed the internal amount of fuel. Fuel in... You know what? Maybe the integrated blade runners don't drain any power. That might be the case. It looks like they don't. Because I'm getting plus... Oh, you know what it is? I think by default, the Powersuit has like a passive production of plus 10. And just the integrated blade runners by themselves use up 10 of that. So, I mean, if I wanted to, I think I can put in another set of integrated blade runners. So just for fun, I'm going to do that. Actually, let's validate that. Because I think it tells you installing more than one has no effect. Okay, so that is true. All right, sweet. So let's look at another module then. So if I want this to go faster, I would want to get either the sprinting compensator, which boosts your sprinting speed, or the walking compensator, which boosts your walking speed. And that would consume more power when sprinting. And it does stack with other modules of the same type. So I could put like 3 sprinting compensator Mark 1s in here, right? Or I could, you know, combine those two into the exoskeleton, which is kind of neat. That's cool. Now, what can't I afford here? Do I not have 10 modular engines on me? Is that probably what I'm missing? Maybe. Let me go get modular engines. I forget where those existed. But yeah, look at me sprinting now. How cool is that? Ooh. I do have this neat little thing in my left hand. I don't know what that's all about. I honestly don't. But, oh, I love how fast I am now. I don't know if this is normal. I think this is normal. So were these modular engines? Yeah, they 100% were. So let's get some modular engines here. It's not a bad start. Not a bad start. Was there anything else I needed to unlock this? Stators, which I'm pretty sure I've got stators. So if we bring up our MAM here, and Pioneer Mobility, I should be able to get this now. Strong electromagnetic assemblies. Oh, so they are not stators. That might be another thing. Let's keep this here, because that's going to be under your suit crafting components. So that's this dude's strong electromagnetic assembly. So we have to unlock this first, which is the precision thruster, which is going to be used. It's a component used to make flight modules. And then we can do this research guy, which is cool. So these are just components. They're literally just crafting components that you have to research. Cool. Got it? Good. Okay. New parts. New parts, which I presume you could automate if you wanted to, but you probably don't need to. Now, how many of these did we need? A few? Man, we need a lot of quick wire for this stuff. Cool. And then just one more of these. So Pioneer Mobility, you're good to go now. Start research. I love the stacks with other modules of the same type bit. That's pretty cool. Good. Okay, so now if I want to make this, we're going to need a few more modular engines, for sure, and a couple more strong electromagnetics. Let me go get the stuff. We'll be right back. Alright, so this should be enough components now to make myself a quickie fabrication station over here and make myself a sprinting compensator. First things first, let's make an equipment workshop. Extra blade runner. Fabrication station. Sprinting compensator. Nice. So now I can open up this inventory, stick this dude in here. Cool. And now if we look at our details tab, I don't know if that shows you your speed, your running speed. I don't know what configs do either, but I assume that that plays a role later when there's something to configure. Let's try it out, shall we? Oh yeah, 18 seconds. Now look at my power down on the bottom left. See it? See how the power percentage is going? So when I'm running, which is definitely faster now, I am losing energy, right? Absolutely losing energy, because we're not producing power fast enough, right? And our fuel's pretty good. I think the passive power gen is what we have. I'm not 100% sure where power comes from with this suit. I think it's just a small amount. Now, when we run out of power, the suit's going to reboot, I think. Rebooting, error, power exhausted. Look at that. How cool is that? And then it'll come back on, and because I'm running, it's going to immediately run out of power again, right? And this is the kind of the balancing act that you're going to need to do. Now, if you're walking, it's not using power. If you're sprinting, it is. Cool? So we'll come back next episode and look into more modular Powersuit stuff. I'll unlock a few more things. We'll get larger Powersuits that have more module slots. Then we'll be able to get more and more cool stuff. Sound fun? All right, for now, though, it's wrapping up point. So Darryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and I really hope you're excited about modular Powersuits, because it is so fun already. And there's so much more to check out. So much more to check out. All right, guys, take it easy.